वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपाम्बुदिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्ति स्वरूपाय गोविंदिति नामिने गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे परतत्व प्रकाशिने श्री दामोदर देवस्य प्रियाय ते नमो नमो। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्ति स्वरूपाय दामोदर नामिने नमः सद्भक्तमने मणिपुरोद्भवाय च श्रील प्रभुपाद सत्वानि प्रचार निरताय ते नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone in the study of Krishna consciousness. The highest joy for any living entity is to engage in Krishna Katha. The highest joy we can get in life, we can attain in life, is when we channelize our energies in the service of Radha and Krishna, in the service of Shri Guru and Gaurang. That is, and then with that motive to serve them, to please them, then when we do Hari Katha, Harinam, book distribution, cooking, cleaning, office work, family, going for shopping, whatever we do. But if we do it with this attitude, with this understanding to please Guru and Gaurang, to please Mahaprabhu, to please Radha Krishna, that is our duty, and that is our love, that is humility. Whatever we do, we should be doing it. It should be favorably pleasing to Shri Guru and the divine couple. That is how we should be doing. So our attitude we should be working and building is to become a learner, a student. The attitude we want to have is Hari Guru Vaishnav Kripa Akankshi. Not just, in a Kanishta stage. Bhakti, there are adhikaris, those who have, say, the right of practicing bhakti. There's some qualification is required to come under that purview of practicing Krishna consciousness. So Kanishta means, Nishta means who is well situated. Kanishta means who is wobbly. So a Kanishta Bhakta, he demonstrates more faith in deity, more faith in God. More faith in God, more faith in the existence of God, deities, or Harinam say, as opposed to faith in devotees. That's the mentality of a Kanishta. So he's after, I need God and me, no one in between. I don't need any guru or any middleman in between. Or maybe God and Vaishnavas, but why this initiation and sort of thing? So he's more okay, I will do Hari Seva only. That Kanishta level. But the level we want to throughout maintain is what? Hari Guru Vaishnava. We cannot bypass deity Yugal Sarkar's Radha Krishna Seva, and nor can we bypass like Vaishnava Seva. We cannot say, okay, just serving spiritual master or just serving Vaishnavas or just serving the deities. Spiritual master is, for a sadhaka, is the extension or the personal manifestation, customized personal manifestation of Radha Krishna. But he's not like a replacement that, okay, now that we have spiritual master, we don't need Radha Krishna. No, it's not like that. And the spiritual master says, okay, that engages in Vaishnava Seva. And that's a blessing spiritual master gives us, because if we are all in all, throughout directly associating with spiritual master physically like this, we will do so much offenses, so much offenses. And we need Vaishnava Seva in this training so that we can learn how to live in the community of sadhakas. And Vaishnavas teach us how to serve spiritual master. So it's such a loop sort of connection. Vaishnavas teach us how to serve spiritual master, how to serve deities, and how to serve the holy name. Spiritual master teaches us, okay, how to be with Vaishnavas, how to serve. So we need all this throughout learning from all segments. So in this world, there is a lacking of both actually disciples and teachers. But for us, or speaking for myself, say, the requirement is to become a disciple. Sishyastem sadimam tvam prapannam. The way to entering the kingdom of God or attaining absolute consciousness is by becoming a disciple only. One who has become a disciple, Radha Krishna will have no objection whatsoever in accepting that personality in his as an associate in their seva. So with this prayer mood, attitude, we try to continue our practice of Krishna consciousness. The highest attainment for us is attaining the status of being a disciple, being a dasika, being a sevika. That and we are seeing we are seeing bhakti, what it means, bhakti. And the definition, again, it says within the definition, right, this Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam, all our desires, they have to be nullified. We cannot continue having simultaneously any other desire other than the desire of serving the divine couple, the desire of serving Shri Guru, Gaurang, Vaishnavas, no. Only this desire. So any other desire, it has to be nullified. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. Gyan Karmadi not nullified. Because living in this world, we have to use our body, we have to use our intelligent senses, but that all have to be made in line with transcendence. So that Gyan Karmadi need not be nullified. And others, Gyan Karmadi, whatever say, faculty of spirituality say, it need not be nullified, but it has to be transcendentalized. So Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Gyan Karmadi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. So who's Bhakti Rupa Goswami saying? Krishna. And when we say Krishna, we mean Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna Ekatma Dui Dedari Anya Anya Vilasane Rasaswadan Kari. So they are one personality, Ek Atma, one Atma only. Atma meaning soul, Atma meaning person, but they split in two, say, Dui De Dhari, Anya Anya Vilasane Rasaswadan Kari. So, Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam, Radha Krishnanushilanam, and favorably their seva, that is top class bhakti, which is classified in three: sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, prema bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is further classified in two: Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. Raganuga bhakti is classified in two: Sambandhatmika Raganuga bhakti and Kamatmika Raganuga bhakti. Then there further within this Sambandhatmika and Kamatmika Raganuga bhakti, then Ragatmika bhakti, Raganuga bhakti, but essentially it is Rag means attachment, Rag means passion, Rag means intensity. So following the passion of a Brajvasi, Tishtan Braje Tad Anuragi Jananugami, Kalam Nayet Akhilam Iti Updesasaram. Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Instruction 10.8, text 8, Tan Nam Rupa Charitadi Sukirtananyo Smrityo kramena rasana manasi niyojya. We all want to engage ourselves 24 hours in Krishna consciousness, right? Hmm? Reading, hearing, chanting, everything. And the real clue is what? Tistan braje tad anuragi jananugami. So one who is situated in Braj Bhav. And for a disciple, who is the biggest role model? Undoubtedly should be his or her spiritual master. Yeah? शिक्षा गुरु, दीक्षा गुरु, जिनके आश्रित, by whom we are sheltered, है ना? A living personality. So Tishtan Braje Tad Anuragi Jananugami. So one who is situated in that Braj Bhav. And when we follow in their footsteps, Tad Anuragi Jananugami, us following in their footstep, Kalam Nayat Akhilam Iti Updesha Saram. Then our reading, hearing, chanting, time management, all of this will bear fruits. And that will push us, bring us in the fast track of performing bhakti, in the speedy way altogether. And the charm of bhakti is in rag, in intensity. The charm of anything in life is in rag. Na? Otherwise, life is casual. Na? When there is an obsession, when there is an absorption, when there is an attachment, when there is a strong passion, an intense hankering, greed, that is where the charm of everything, wherever the mind gets absorbed altogether. So Raganuga Bhakti. Bhakti actually means with Rag. Braj Bhakti means with Rag only. And the fruit of that consolidated Raganuga Bhakti is entering into Bhav Bhakti. And the fruit of Bhav Bhakti is what? Shuddha Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. Love of Godhead is like the sun rays, the sun coming out, shining bright. When sun shines, then there is no darkness, right? There is no darkness. So when one is in the stage of Prema Bhakti, there are no offenses then. One who is in the stage of Prema Bhakti is a Swarup Siddha devotee. He has become a Parshad of the divine couple. He has entered eternity. He is in eternal consciousness. He is in the eternal realm. So in that eternal consciousness, in that internal realm, there is no envy, there is no offenses, there is no avidya, there is no ignorance. Prior to that stage, yes. So in bhav stage also their offenses are calculated or considered, and some impact of those offenses are experienced and seen. But at the stage of prem, there is no offenses, and there is all offenses nullified. So at the stage of prem, the devotee is blissful, pure knowledge, and he is in pure bliss, experiencing pure bliss. That should Prema Bhakti and the devotee practices, he is doing that seva at that stage altogether. And this life is to experience love. Life is to realize to be in a loving relationship with the divine couple. And that realization of that happens when we are in a loving relationship with Vaishnavas. And more so when we are in a loving relationship with spiritual master, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, in this sense, like this. So many songs are written on love, so many songs are written on love, and so many songs are written on sadness also, lost love, or cheated in love, or guilt of love, or what that lost love, sad song, so many. But we heard once from our Gurudev, amazing, we loved it. He said from his lotus mouth, everything comes from his lotus mouth is pure transcendence, whatever. So he said, like, love is such an emotion, a phenomenon, which is so talked about, so described, so hankered. Everyone is wanting, willing, looking, searching, hankering for it. So talked about, so described phenomena, emotion in the world, the most described, most talked about phenomena, emotion in this world is love. But at the same time, it is the least understood or the most misunderstood. Means because in this societal sense where we live, love is on the bodily platform. It is on the bodily platform. Unless one understands I am not this body, I am a spirit soul, how can there be any genuine sense of love? Because then everything is based on this bodily identity. Doesn't matter howsoever charitable the person may be and good towards his friends, family, kind, noble, honest, taxpayer, proper, all of this. But if one doesn't know that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul, God exists, who is God, what is the purpose of life, then it is bodily based only, which is lust only. When everyone manorathens मनोरथेन अस्ति धावतो बहि है ना यस्य अस्ति भक्तिर्भगवती अकिंचन ना समाथते सुर गणना. In fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Bharat Maharaj's pastime that without being engaged in Krishna consciousness, everyone externally may seem he's a very pious, gentle, such a kind-hearted soul, but we all are driven by our mind. We all are driven by our mind and ego, and we all are dancing to the tunes of the three modes of material nature. Everyone within this world dancing to the three modes of this material nature. Again, our Gurudev, he loves this uh, message from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, na? 18.40. And in this such nice message, but Prabhupada gives only in the purport only one line purport. Sometimes we feel, oh, Prabhupada, please bless us with a bit of a longer purport. Na? न तदस्ति पृथिव्यां व्या देवी देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृति जेर मुक्तम यह देवी स्यात् त्रिभिर गुणे. No one is in this world. हाँ बहुत बढ़िया. So Suvilasini or Prema Punita, read translation please.
जी, Hare Krishna, Pranam. There is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary system which is freed from these three modes born of material nature.
Now, once we were zooming, and one Premi Bhakta asked some question, I think, that reading this translation, there is no being existing here or among the demigods in the which is in the high planetary system, which is freed from these three modes of born of material nature. So this Premi Bhakta, I don't remember who, asked us this question, and something on the lines like, so then is it Vaishnavas and spiritual master is also included in this or what? Uh, Krishna says, no, there is no being existing here uh, or among the demigods. So spiritual master is existing here, and does it mean that Vaishnava or spiritual masters, they are also within these three modes of material nature? Krishna is talking for them as well. No, Krishna is not referring to them. Krishna is not referring. Krishna is referring for us, those who have not yet found their resolve in the practice of Krishna consciousness. What to speak of Vaishnavas? Vaishnavas are Sri Vishnus, na? They are divine couples. They are Krishnas. They are Krishna's heart and soul. And spiritual master is the extension of Radha Krishna, na? Definitely not speaking for them. So no one in this society, in this world will find that he or she is not within these three modes of material nature. Everyone. No? But love, you see, love is completely pure. Love is not something which is within these three modes of material nature. So love is not something of this realm. But what to do? Because we are in this realm, so we say, okay, pure love, or there's gradation of love. But love in its true sense is completely pure. Okay? It's completely pure. And see, this love we see through Srimad Bhagavatam amongst Krishna's devotees, again in gradation, but predominantly amongst Radharani. Only only and only Krishna is the true recipient of all seva, all. And only Radharani is the true embodiment of personality who gives all that seva to Krishna. Only Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, Krishna is the only personality who gets all joy, all credit, all glories, all enjoyment, everything, and who provides Radharani. And our role is facilitator. We are Tatastha Shakti, na? We are marginal, we are in between. Our role is to facilitate. So if we can learn to become Anugatya Bhavana in facilitating. Also we heard from our Gurudev saying that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Maharaj said that our felicitation is in facilitating. Felicitation says, no, okay, someone being awarded. So our award of felicitation is in what? That we become an instrument for facilitating Krishna consciousness. So only Radharani loves Krishna. Only she can love. And this, again in Ras Leela, this was clearly seen and settled. Every gopi could understand, okay, only ours, Radharani, you are the one who loves Sham Sundar. None like you. So then when there was all good settlement, Ras happened. It's not like there was any chaos before, and it's not like in the true sense that any gopi became proud or something. They all are associates, they all are nayikas of Krishna, sakhis of Krishna, like that. But Yogmaya did this more for us, the learnings and teachings to take on to. So, love, there's a fascinating literature written by our acharyas. One of the literature is called Prem Samput. We hope and pray that every one of us must have read Prem Samput. If not, then kindly read Prem Samput. One should read Prem Samput. Samput means a jewel, a chest box, a box actually, carrying what? Valuables, jewels and all. And Radharani carries in her heart the valuable love for Krishna, the Prema Seva Bhav for Krishna. Radharani is the Prem Samput of Lord Shri Krishna. Now within this Prem Samput written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it's a dialogue happening between whom? Krishna and Radharani. And how is the arrangement of dialogue? Krishna appears in the form of a gopi or in the form of a female roop dharan ki is a female personality. And she comes in Braj and Radharani is with her Sakhi, either Lalita or Vishaka. And they notice this Ramani, Krishna Sham Sundar coming as a female personality. Beautiful, nicely dressed, very sober and everything. And Radharani, Bapre, wherever, she just cannot not sense Krishna. Na? So she senses a great attraction, a calling towards this gopi, towards this Ramani. So Radharani engages in a dialogue with this Ramani, who are you, where have you come from? And this Krishna, disguised in this female personality, is not speaking. But anyways, finally they start talking. So Radharani and Krishna, disguised as this female, they start talking. And this is, Prem Samput is ultimate. It's tremendously heavy. It's ultimate. So Krishna, disguised as female, he starts speaking in a manner that he puts Krishna in a low light, in a ill light, in a in manner, that, oh, Krishna is lampat. He is unreliable. And this dosh and that dosh, he is full of faults. presents Krishna disguised as this, presents these many faults in Krishna towards Radharani. The female speaks that, okay, why do you love Krishna and why do you hanker and all? He's unreliable, he's fickle, he's this and that. Brings out so much of negative, say, points, qualities of Krishna, bad qualities. And Radharani says, even though you are bringing out bad qualities of Krishna, still I don't know why I'm liking sitting here in front of you and with you. Otherwise, I would have never sat in front of anyone or someone who is speaking ill of Krishna, but don't know why. I'm sitting here and still wanting to hear and have a dialogue with you. And and Krishna's mood is what to show, to demonstrate the love of the gopis, predominantly Radharani, that even in the midst of bringing out this much faults in Krishna and the love affair Radharani and Krishna have, even though bringing out so much faults in Krishna and in the relationship, the pursuing which Radharani does, why is she doing? Still, this Radharani does not see any fault. Rather, she brings out the beauty of Krishna. She glorifies Krishna. She glorifies the love. She glorifies the sweetness and the beauty of Krishna altogether. So again, Prema Bhakti, na? A sadhaka, Prema Bhakti is not of this world. It is not something that one can practice in this world, no. Well, bhakti in itself means there is no practice. Raganuga bhakti means you cannot practice. Practice is what? A for apple, B for ball. You can use that sort of practice. Repetition. Practice means what? Repetition, repetition. Okay, so we can repeat and all. The Maha Mantra. We chant and we should do. We repeat studying Bhagavad Gita over and over. We should do Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamrit, listening to classes over and over, everything we should do and all. But bhakti is something natural, na? Rag mein bhakti is something natural, and especially bhav or prema bhakti is something natural. So it is not something we can definitely not force and push and practice and barge our way in, no. But all this repetition for us is required to attract the mercy of pure Vaishnava, to attract the mercy of a pure soul. All that repetition we do is to humble ourselves, to keep a grounded attitude, proper attitude, and somehow attract that mercy, so that we can go into Raganuga Bhakti, natural Bhakti. Bhakti is natural, which is Raganuga, which is without effort. And then Bhav and Prem. So in Prem Samput, Prema Bhakti again is not to be practiced in this world. One cannot practice. It is not of this world. This body cannot handle that Prem also. It cannot sustain Bhav as well. So Radharani says like that one who says that, okay, I know love, I understand love, come here, come to me, I can talk to you about love, I can tell you what love is, this and that, I can give you a seminar, a Zoom session, a 1 week course, and a 10-day course, and explain the nitty-gritty of love and all, then he has not got it. Anyone who can put it into words does not understand at all what love is. Anyone who can tell you that I can teach you how to be in love or what love means and all, he has not got it. Love is something which is to be experienced, which is to be realized, which is to be felt. All Shastras we can understand by deliberation. When we study, and in devotee association, when we study, learn, we apply our mind intelligence, some purification comes, and thereby we can understand the message of the Shastra. But Bhagavatam is what? It is Ras Shastra, especially Rasa Panchadhyaya. Prem Samput, complete Ras Shastra. Vilap Kusumanjali, complete Prem Ras Shastra. All our Goswami's writings. And this is something one cannot understand by deliberation. One cannot know by deliberation, one cannot know by one's mind and intelligence. One may learn the songs or the shlokas, but it comes only by mercy. Comes only by mercy. And one who can appreciate that, one who can be greedy, hankering, crying and calling and becoming fascinated, and how much value one puts for it. That greed. So that's the only way. By mercy only one can understand love, and love is something which is to be experienced. It cannot be put into words. No. So, and love, it can be seen when there is no for when faults arise, but still the love is harmless, is faultless, even though apparently appears that so many fault. Krishna Leela is mysterious. Ramji's Leela still easy to handle. Lord Ram's personality and his pastimes still easy to handle. But why na Maryada Purushottam Ram? He comes okay, following in a Maryada, in a in a set pattern, let's say, in a set way. Ideal king, ideal husband, ideal brother, ideal son, all together. But can anyone emulate also Lord Ram? Anyone copy say? Anyone mimic? No. Who can mimic idealism, Baba? So in that sense, no one can compare Vishnu Tattva. No one can kind of mimic or copy say. But Lord Ram, ideal personality. So it's still okay that, but Krishna, Bapre, he's such a personality. है What all has he done, Baba? What all has he not done? So through logic and all, Krishna's pastimes can never be understood. He's stealing butter and then saying, "Do not steal." He's like taking away the clothes of gopis, and on one side he's giving unlimited sari to Draupadi. What all his pastimes will, if we don't hear it from a realized soul, from Vaishnavas, from devotees, we will go crazy. We won't understand at all his pastimes. No way. Only through mercy. Yeah. Lord Ram still is not saying that Lord Ram's pastimes we don't need mercy, definitely. But just on the external seeing, Lord Ram still appear okay, gentle soul. So this is our personal take, let's say. We feel in India, many would find some resonance, affection towards Lord Ram, hardly complain, not so much. But when it comes to complaint, they will find lots of complaint against Krishna. Less complaints towards Lord Ram. But what to do? Prem is like this. In Prem, when someone complains in Prem, then it is to enhance the Prem. It shows, okay, how sweet is the Prem, how much loving the person is. And when someone glorifies in Prem, then it's like a complaint. So the language of love in Prem is very paradoxical. Like in Chaitanya Charitamrita we see, it says actually, aheriva gati premna. Swabhavo kutila bhavet. So Ritik, see if you can find this. We Chaitanya Charitamrita, don't remember, Madhya Lila, we believe could be, or Adi Lila. है ना अहेरिव गति प्रेमना स्वभाव कुटिला भवेत अहेरिव गति प्रेमना स्वभाव कुटिला भवेत है ना अत हेतुर हेतुश्च यूनोर्मान उदंचति. Love is like Radharani, she gets peak, man. She gets moody. Now, sometimes her mood is for justified for a valid reason, sometimes no valid reason. Sometimes she in her rendezvous, in her abhisar, in her meeting of Lord Shri Krishna, she is before time or on time. Aheriva gati premna swabhava kutila bhavet. So, yeah. Ata hetuscha yunorman udanchati. So sometimes Radharani is on time or before time. helped by her Sakhi Manjari to meet at the meeting spot for the rendezvous, है ना? And what happens? Krishna is slightly late, so Radharani gets upset. Man, so fine. This is a bit of a justified reason, right? Say 10 p.m. was the meeting time. Radharani is there before 10, and Sham Sundar arrives say quarter past 10, half 10, or whatever time. So okay, justified, understood. Radharani getting upset. Sometimes what happens? Sham Sundar is before time in the Kunja, and Radharani is just coming. But just as she's walking, she sees Sham Sundar, and she gets, don't know what happens to her, and she gets moody. She gets moody. Huh? So aher iva gati premna. Aher is like snake. Huh? Gati means the crawling. Ahe, premna is the nature. So by nature, love is crooked. Love is crooked by nature. Ahe riva gati premna swabhava kutila bhavet. By nature, swabhav kutil. It is crooked. Just like the scrolling of a snake is zigzag. Na? Snake doesn't walk straight. It's like zigzag, zigzag, right? So love is like that. There's no straight talk in love. Atha hetora hetoscha yunor man udanchati. Sometimes Radharani becomes manini for a reason, sometimes without a reason. So how do we understand the language of love? Only when we are blessed, only when we are kind of yeah, kripa bestowed upon us, only then, otherwise we cannot. So Suvilasini, read translation, please.
The progress of loving affairs between a young boy and a young girl is by nature crooked, like the movement of a snake. Because of this, two types of anger arise between a young boy and girl: anger with a cause, anger without a cause.
Now, actually, many of these shlokas, these are gems in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, pure gem. And we see the references where Ujjwal Neelmani, na? Just seeing this purport in the reference mentioned Ujjwal Neelmani, na? What does Ujjwal mean? Societal way it means bright, na? Ujjwal, something illuminating, bright, pure, shining, na? In Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the Bhakti Ras is defined. This Sakhya Bhav, Vatsalya Bhav, Madhurya Bhav, Dasya Bhav, Shanta Bhav, all these are mentioned. So, Shantaras, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya Ras is also mentioned. But hardly any of Madhurya Ras is mentioned. I mean, if we see that whatever is mentioned for Shant, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, similar nature is mentioned for Madhurya. Nothing great about it. Although in Tartamyata, if we see Chaitanya Charitamrita itself says that in comparison, if we see, we will find Madhurya Ras definitely is the topmost, is the Ujjwal Ras. Is the complete topmost Ujjwal Ras altogether, Madhurya Ras. So in Ujjwal Neelmani, then this is one literature where Rupa Goswami described Madhurya Ras and some more technicalities and details of Madhurya Ras. Because okay, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu again open for masses in a way. Those who are practicing devotees, amongst them practicing devotees, yes, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. But even if like say the Rasdar version of Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the real condensed, the loving version of Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu and all is Ujjwal Neelmani is one. Wherein this Shingar, Bhed Prakarna, Sakhi Prakarna, different sections are mentioned, Radha Prakarna, of the Radha Krishna's loving pastimes and all those details and sweetness, everything in Ujjwal Neelmani brought out, and we all should be studying all of it, definitely. So, love by nature is crooked, as in praise is like complain in love. And when complain is like praise in love. We can see some glimpses of it in societal sense also. In society we see, generally societally speaking, this what this oh, banter, na? In English, banter is the word, right? So again, boy falls in love with girl or girls falls in love with boy. Now, in societal sense, if you don't mind me saying, they think they are in love, but actually it is not. It appears, it seems like okay, we are in love, but actually it is not. Love. The beginning has to be spiritual only, no? So in societal sense also in love there's banter, lots of banter. Again, a husband, wife or girlfriend, boyfriend relationship, they share a lots of banter. And in that banter it nourishes love. So sometimes wife or husband, whichever person, say, boyfriend or girlfriend, whichever person, they would be apparently praising the other person, but actually they are complaining. And when they are complaining, it seems like complaint, but actually they are praising. So love is pure, love is faultless. There is no fault in love. Uh, and love's beauty can be seen like when difficulties arise, when obstacles arise. That is when love is tested. So the force of Mandakini, Ganga, the Ganga's force can for a minute or moment can be checked though. Like Shivji, Ganga coming from the lotus feet of say Vamandev or coming from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, from the spiritual realm, and then Shivji handling it in his, what do you call that in English? Matted hair, say, Shivji holding the current, the wave, the force of the flow of Ganga, and then it distributes in different streams, and comes like, so the force of Ganga can still be checked, but the flow of love, it can never be checked. It can never be checked. Love can never be stopped. Love can never be checked. There can be no obstacle bigger for love to not overcome. And this we see in the personalities of the gopis, especially Radharani. Yeah. So, and for us in living embodiment, this is why Vaishnavas, they are living embodiment. Among Vaishnavas, our Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Acharya Vargas, they are living embodiment. Or definitely we have to find a living personality from whom we can learn, pray, beg, understand, serve, and whom we can emulate, idealize, inspire, grow. So Radharani tells in Prem Samput to Shyam Sundar, who is disguised as female, that love cannot be checked. The force of love cannot be checked. Love is like the roaring of a lion. When lion roars in jungle, in forest, all other wild animals, they run away. No other animal would dare to come nearby. What to speak of small animals? You know? So likewise, when we somehow by the blessings of Vaishnavas Gurudev, somehow when we come into practicing Krishna consciousness with some rag, with some rag, uh, we will see one who has genuinely taken shelter of Gurudev, he or she can realize that big obstacles become overcome सहजता से easily. है ना? Big obstacles that one cannot dream of overcoming by his own effort. But we don't do practice again to overcome obstacles. We do to purify our existence. We do to become a pure disciple to serve the love of the divine couple. So Radharani tells to Shyam Sundar that love is like the roaring of a lion. No other animal, no other obstacle can stand in front of it. It's such a current and flow, it can never be checked. And one who is in love, he is also not in himself. He cannot help it. He just cannot help it. He or she cannot help it. Then other than serving the object of their love. And such is the thing they say, like, you know, love, when does it deteriorate? When one says, I love you. In society, it's like how much you say I love you to the other person, that is when, okay, yes, he really loves, he's in love with me. 10 times he has told me today I love you, or 40 times he says I love you daily and all. Huh? But in what we hear in the dealings of Radha and Krishna, when love is spoken through mouth, na, huh? I will say a little bit in Hindi से, जब कोई सेवा भी हो, किसी से बोल के करवा देना सेवा, उसमें क्या स्वाद? कोई स्वाद नहीं ना, किसी को बोल के ही फिर कुछ करवा देना। स्वाद तो तब है जब मन की बात हो और बिना बोले ही सामने वाले व्यक्ति समझ जाए और कर दे, तो कितना स्वाद है ना। सो लव इज लाइक व्हेन यू tell someone I love you, it diminishes, it loses its charm, it loses its value. Yeah? Yeah. Love is not something to be said, it is to be expressed through action. And when you hide, conceal the love, then it is shining, then it is beautiful. But when it is brought out in the open, what's the beauty? Anna? What's the beauty then? Love is in in like keeping it hidden, keeping it uncovered. That is where the real love can be seen. So humility, na? Love, take this, na? In our practice of Krishna consciousness, a stage has to come wherein humility is synonymous to love. Actually, it is, and we realize it, it becomes synonymous to love. Humility becomes synonymous to desire. Humility becomes synonymous to greed, which all becomes synonymous to love. There should not be a gap between our desire, between our love, between our humility, between our greed. No. So, love, when spoken, it loses its charm altogether. And when not spoken and expressed, that is the beauty of love. We'll see little bit more, and we'll request Natalie maybe to read, and Ritik maybe can share on screen Chaitanya Chaitamit Madhya Leela, chapter 2 and text 43.
Your love for Krishna, just like gold from the Jambu River, does not exist in human society. If it existed, there could not be separation. If separation were there, one could not live.
Yes, pure love, it knows no defeat. It knows no obstacle, it knows no defeat. And where there is love, there is union. There is no separation in love, no separation. And if at all there is separation, then it is not love. Yeah? Separation in the sense the gopis are never separated from Krishna. Radharani never separated from Krishna. Brajvas is never separated from Krishna. They are throughout and throughout thinking of Krishna. When Sakhas also they sleep, what do they see? They see dreams of Krishna, and they are playing in those dreams and all. When Nand Baba, Yashoda, those in Vatsalya Bhav, they take rest, what do they do? They dream of Krishna Balaram and their pastimes. So there is no separation in love. But of course, love, Radharani, the gopis, they want 24-hour association, engagement of Krishna, association of Krishna, physical proximity or association of Krishna. They want throughout to love him in that association. Okay? So this thing, and this is what they hanker. But when they're bereft of that association, it's not like they're missing or love is not there. No. Then Radharani is whole, na? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, na, 6:30, Yomam pasyati sarvatra, sarvam chamai pasyati. Tasya ham na pranashyami, sacha me na pranashyati. One who is in pure love with me, he is never lost to me, and nor am I ever lost to him. So, gopis, Radharani, they are never like, even though physically may not be there, but they are never like, okay, in separation. Hai? And this is why, even though in separation in Viraya, because of Krishna is the object, and they are crying for Krishna, that Vira, our Acharya say, is Vira Anand. In society, you know, why do we cry? Because of frustration. Why? Because our desire is not getting fulfilled. So there is a gap, there is a separation. I want a toy car, I don't have this toy car, I start crying. And I'm honestly unhappy. But Radharani, they, gopis, they want association with Krishna, they are not, and they are crying. But that cry is also bhakti, that cry is also blissful, that cry is also joy. Yeah? And in that joy, they experience hope. In that cry, they experience hope. In that cry, they experience union or bliss or beauty of Krishna. And this is why they are not able to give up their body. They are still able to sustain themselves. I mean, no words can describe how the gopis sustain themselves. They are practically, in a way, neither living nor dying. How can, in a way, they are neither living nor dying. They just cannot give up. They just cannot die altogether. No way. And this is love, na? They love altogether. They are waiting for Sham Sundar. They see everything for Sham Sundar altogether. So in Chaitanya, in Shishtastakam, the last shloka of Shishtastakam, right? आशिष्ल्या व पादरतं पिनष्टु माम् आदर्शनान् मर्म हतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत प्राणनाथस्तु न सेवया. This in Radha Bhav, this is the abhiday of a Shuddha Prema Bhakti. In like in Srimad Bhagavatam, if we see the abhiday for entering Prema Bhakti, Srimad Bhagavatam, what does it say? The abhiday is Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Mahamekam Sharanam Braja. The abhiday shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mahamekam Sharanam Braja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishami ma sucha. The prayojan shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam is what? Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru. Mahamevasyasi satyam te prati jane priyosi me. That is the prayojan. That we always remember Krishna, we always think of him, we become attached to him, we give our minds to him, we worship and pray him. That is the purpose, the prayojan. And how do we get in that purpose, prayojan? Is by fully surrendering ourselves. Sarva Dharman Parityaja. And the Sambandha shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is what? Sarva Guhya Tamam Bhuya. Shrinu me Paramam Vacha. Ishto isi me dridamiti. Tato Vakshasami te hitam. Ishto si me dridamiti. Krishna telling to Arjuna, 1864, that you are very dear to me. Ishto si me dridamiti. So, tato vakshasami te hitam. So, I am speaking to you. Therefore, I am speaking to you for your benefit. Hear from me. Sarva guhya tamam bhuya. Hear this from me. So, the prayojan of Shishtastakam is, we see, this yugaitam nimishena nayanam galadashrudaya. These are high levels of bhav bhakti, prema bhakti. But how do we enter? When Ashishla, so Radharani demonstrates this, yatha tatha va vidadatu lampato mat prananathasnasya eva parana, that I'm fully surrendered to you. Hai ki nahi? So much so in this comes to memory this pastime also, na? This we see in the wider Vedic literature. The Anasuyana, a chaste lady, है ना? Anasuya, wasn't it? A pure, loyal, chaste pativrata stri, lady, wife. Now her husband was a Brahmana, no? Kaushik Brahmana, we believe. And he, even though Brahmana, he was in love with a prostitute. He used to go to a prostitute. And Ang Sang he used to do with this prostitute. But slowly, what happened soon enough, he lost all money as well. But still, he could not go to the prostitute. He just wanted to go there, and he used to go, even though no money. And the prostitute said, Baba, I cannot entertain you, I cannot give time to you, and what you are after, I cannot help you. You don't have any money. So no point you're coming here. And I've got other business or clients or whatever dealings there, and they have got money. So you go away. And this and prostitute might have told her like you have a wife or whatever, but the prostitute said go away. But this man, the husband, he's like cannot resist the temptation of not being with her. Say, so his wife gets to know, and look at the attitude of the wife. She says, "Dear husband, this is your intense desire. I will fulfill your desire. I will take you." And the husband is getting old, some and the husband, but the wife arranges, and wife takes the husband to the prostitute, towards the prostitute. And as the wife is taking towards the husband towards the prostitute, on the way there is a sadhu, but who is a bit crippled. A sadhu who had been cursed, and he becomes a bit crippled. So he becomes a bit crippled, and what happens? This Brahmana, Kaushik Brahmana, his feet or something touches on this sadhu's body. And the sadhu gets offended. And the sadhu says, "Oh, you are making fun of me, right? You are mocking me, you are hurting me, hitting me, you are mocking me, you are insulting me, and all. I curse you. I curse you that tomorrow's morning sun you won't see. Tomorrow's morning sunrise you won't get to see." What does the wife do? Wife is standing there, seeing all this, hearing this. Wife also takes a vow. Okay, Sadhuji, you have taken your vow. Fine. I won't tell you what to do, what not to do, but take this. I also have this vow. I have taken this vow, and my vow is what? That if I am a chaste wife, I will make sure that the tomorrow's sunrise won't rise. I won't let the sun rise. You say no, before tomorrow sunrise comes, my husband will die. I won't let the sun rise altogether. If I am a chaste wife, if I follow this dharma of chastity, of purity, of loyalty towards my husband, if I have done pati seva, so be it. The whole night goes, sun is not appearing. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, like this, the whole night goes, sun is not appearing, and the universe is trembling. Indra, Chandra, Varun, all the demigods, they go to Brahmaji, Shivji. How will it happen, Baba, if sun is not appearing? And sun is like, I am helpless, I am boundless, I cannot appear. Her vow, I cannot not respect her. She is a chaste woman altogether. So finally, she is convinced that your husband won't die. And then sun appears and universe is set back rolling. But the point is this purity, this chastity, and this firm vow, firm surrender. So this lady made fulfill the desire of her husband. This is amongst the wider Vedic literature. Of course, our teaching or learning is not like this, okay? That Ours is to become pure Krishna consciousness, so pure Krishna conscious teachings, but principles we take into consideration, of course. Na? What to speak? This is Anasuya. Radha Rani's surrender cannot be measured. It cannot be said. Gopi's surrender cannot be measured, cannot be said. Shri Guru's Vaishnava surrender cannot be measured, it cannot be said. And only at the stage of this surrender that one experiences love. And it is not something again to speak out or put it in words, it is to be experienced. So Krishna Prem is to be realized, it is to be experienced. And one cannot, if one is again humble, one will never boast. One will never say that, oh, I've got this love or something. One who does not have love, only he or she will say, okay, I have got love. One who has love will never speak that, okay, I have got an iota of love. Our Acharya said, na prema shravanadir bhakti rapima yogo mathava vaishnavo. Rupa Goswami says this, Sanatan Goswami says this to Mahaprabhu. Jnanam va shuddharma va kiyadaho sajjati rasti apima. Hinarthadike sadhake tvai tatha. Achajya Mula Sati. He Gopi Vallabha Yata Hate Haha Mad Asha Evama. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami saying, I do not have love for you. I don't come from a good family. I do not understand scriptures. I don't know their message. My association is poor. All of this, but I have hope. Why and how? Why have I got hope? Because I know that Hinar Sadhake, one who is fallen, you bestow your mercy upon him. Hinar Sadhake Sadhake Tvai Tatha. So this hope, but this hope itself is killing me. I am very hopeful that you will bestow your mercy upon me because I have realized that I am fallen. But when will you bestow that mercy? That just time is killing me. That separation is killing me. So it is keeping that fire of Krishna consciousness on. That should, a sadhaka should always keep that fire of Krishna consciousness on, always burning, and can never ever afford to think that, okay, I've become senior devotee. Within devotee community, we hear these terms, senior devotee. Senior devotee, of course, Vaishnavas are senior. Others, they are senior to us. And seniority is not by age. Seniority is not by number of days one is practicing Krishna consciousness. Seniority is by seva bhav. And others, everyone is senior to us, definitely. So, any thoughts, questions, comments, or clarification? Something on Prema Bhakti. The Bhagavad Gita, the shloka on Prema Bhakti in Bhagavad Gita is what? Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Is to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. And who is in that Prema Bhakti? Radharani, how she loves and serves Shyam Sundar, the gopis, Brajvasis, all of them, they are in love. But then if we see their love in gradation, those who are in Sakya, their love is stronger. Those who are in Vatsalya, their love is stronger. Those who are in Madhurya, what to speak? Those who are in Dasya Bhav, they have this Swamitva of Krishna. That Krishna is our sweet Lord. There's a difference in the Swamitva, in the Dasatva of in Vaikuntha, where Lord Narayana has his associates. They consider Lord Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan to be their Lord, but more in opulence. And in Braj also there is Dasya Bhav. But they consider what? Krishna to be the sweet Lord. Sweetness is the opulence in Braj. So that with that sweet Lord attitude, they are fully surrendered and they serve Krishna. Then those who are in Sakya Bhav, they do seva to Krishna ni sankoch, without any hesitation. Because in friendship, there is equality. There is no hierarchy, there is no inferiority, superiority or hierarchy or like this, status-wise. So same status, same, no hesitation. This. Then what seva dasya bhav bhakta cannot do, sakha bhakta does. He can do that. है ना? In dasya bhav bhakta, he cannot put his hand on Krishna's shoulder and roam about. Sakhya bhav does that. Sakhya does all other also what a dasya is doing. Say Sakhya won't say that I won't tie your shoelaces. The one in dasya bhav, he will tie say shoelaces. Sakhya won't say that I won't tie. Sakhya will also do, but he will do addition. Now, what in Vatsalya, those in Sakhya does, Vatsalya also does that, but something more, है ना? Now, Vatsalya Bhav also, mother, father, they play with the child as friends, है ना? As friends play. So they also play. But how a mother and father cooks, cleans, bathes, looks after the baby, Sakhya cannot do that. Sakhya don't do that. In Sakha Bhav, that seva is not there. It is complete rasa bhasna. Like that. But in Vatsalya Bhav, in Madhurya Bhav only, Sarva Angamai seva is done. With all Angas, seva is given to Krishna. With all senses, with all Angas, everything. So Madhurya is topmost. Madhurya is topmost. And the cream of Madhurya is where like Manjari Bhav Upasna. Who is the most Krishna conscious? Radharani is most Krishna conscious. And who is most Radha conscious? It is not Shyam Sundar, it is Manjaris. The Dasika, the Sevikas of Radharani. They are the most Radha conscious. Where do we fall? We are Sevikas only. We can be, ours is to become Radha conscious. Although Prabhupada coined this term, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. But the hidden, or for us, no more it should be hidden. The real, the literal meaning for us should be International Society for Radha Consciousness. That should be our desire, mood, prayer, ambition. Like in Ras Leela, it says, Vikriditam idam vraja budhuvir idam cha Vishnu. Shraddhanvito anashrunaya datha varnayeti. Bhaktim param bhagvati pratilabhya kaman. Hridrogam asu apanoti achirena dhira. So in there, Krishna word is not taken. Sukdev Goswami says, idam cha Vishnu, he is Vishnu. By Vishnu meaning he is all pervading, is all pure. But he's not taking the name Krishna. Krishna has a bit of a different image than, say, Lord Vishnu also. So when we say International Society for Krishna Consciousness, that is the external or outside meaning. The internal or the cause of that Krishna consciousness is what? Becoming Radha Dasyam. It's only when we become Radharani's, then we can be Krishna conscious. Then we become fully Krishna conscious. And then we serve the divine couple. Boliye Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much for your kind participation, encouragement, and continued blessing and inspiring us. If there's any addition or any comments or maybe any question or clarification, then kindly let us know. There's no definition as such of Prema Bhakti. This is one science one needs to learn through mercy. Everything is actually through mercy, even learning ABCD, whatever we do in life, walking, talking, everything is through mercy. But this Prema Bhakti is the ultimate sopan. Prema Pumartho Mahan, this is the ultimate attainment of the jiva, of the soul proper. Ultimate hit, benefit of the soul proper is to be in this pure loving relationship, which is experienced and only through mercy. Mercy of whom? mercy of a spiritual master. That's the direct mercy of Radha Krishna. That's the direct mercy of Vaishnavas. So by crying, begging to Mahapurush, pure devotees, Brajvasis, especially spiritual master, with whom we share a heart-to-heart connection. Prem is informal. Prem is informal. Prem is not formal. Puja is formal. So in our marg, in our practice, worshipping is formal. Doing arti and all of this, okay, that is formal. But love is informal. Worship is like, okay, there's a status, you are God, I am less, you are more. I am low, you are high, I worship you, God. Because you know everything, you are the best, what not, this and that. So we ask this question, can someone love God? Actually, one cannot love God. One can worship God, but one can love Krishna. Krishna is not to be worshipped, Krishna is to be loved. Worship of God can be done, and we say, God could be Krishna or God is Krishna, but Krishna is not God. Krishna is who? He is the son of Nanda Yashoda. He is the friend of Subal Madhumangal, and he is the darling of Radharani. He is the sweetheart of Radharani. Gopi Jana Vallabha, Giri Varadhari. So Krishna can be loved, should be loved. That is Krishna consciousness. And we understand this Prema Bhakti by following the footsteps of devotees, footsteps of Radharani, by following the footsteps of Srila Gurudev. That's how we can understand how to love, what it means to love someone, what it means to be in a loving relationship, which Krishna himself came as Mahaprabhu to experience this and bestowing us the same gift. So we should be taking it fully with both hands and preparing ourselves. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Haribol. So thank you very much. We'll continue our study of Krishna consciousness further on. Hare Krishna.